What's up, guys? This fishing is always fluid. I'm always watching what's going on in the industry, on the internet, the fishing tournaments. I try to keep a somewhat, I don't watch them all. I definitely don't do that. I watch bits and pieces of it when I can. I'm busy, I fish a lot, I do a lot of things. It's actually this past weekend, after fishing a little bit during the week, going to a new place to practice, I ended up going to my buddy's place, his ranch, and hanging out. Caught a couple fish on the river. My daughter got to shoot an axis. Spent the weekend there doing some stuff, hanging out. Now, I'm back. The NPFL was going on. I did try to pay attention a little bit to it, at least, if nothing else. So I saw that Scott Canterbury won. I was going to make a video and then all this other stuff. I was kind of busy doing these other things, getting all the other videos I've been doing, whether it be I had some stuff about a rod and a little bit about some other things I was doing. So the last couple ones, I kind of already had them in the box, ready to go. My takeaway from the NPFL is this. Couple things. One, the winners are interesting. Jason Christie, Greg Hackney, and Scott Canterbury. All veterans. All old school veterans. Now, you could also say, you know, where are these rookies? Because I saw a video today talking about, like, you know, there's been 3 rookies this year that have won on the Elite Series. One of them was the Classic. But still, I think there's been 3 veterans and 3 rookies. And it's all veterans on the NPFL. Now, I don't know if any rookie, I don't know if they're keeping track of rookies. I don't know if they're doing like rookie stats or whatever, but either way, there's no rookies on the NPFL to a degree from what I consider rookies. And so, yeah, I don't know what to say about that. I mean, I think I know why. I think it's pretty obvious. None of those guys are even, none of these younger guys are even trying to go over there and fish that way. I don't know why. Everyone says they're so good at it and they can dominate anywhere they go because they're really good at fishing without forward-facing sonar. Everyone tells me that. Like, you can't say that on the internet that they know how to fish without it, because everyone's dad, all their dads are I don't know why their dads are coming to their defense, but yeah, there's certain people that are out there always trying to claim that their sons can freaking win, their buddies and these people, whatever. And I'm still waiting for it to be seen. Now, with that being said, I don't want to get off track. The NPFL, it was pretty cool. I didn't see that they were flipping and that they were doing that, and it was a close battle. I think the close battles are good. I think a blowout is good at times, but I think the closer the battle, the better. I know MLF had one with Jake Lawrence catching one at the last second. I didn't watch any of that. I haven't watched a ton of that. That's part of the problem with what I'm seeing, is that if I sat here and went over every single tournament for this year, someone's got to do that. Let me know how many days of coverage that is. When you got opens, invitationals, BPT, NPFL, and the elites. What are we right now? May? We're in May. So what is that, 150 days, give or take? Man, there's probably been like 60 days of like coverage of fishing. Some of y'all might think that's good. It might be good if everyone was watching that stuff. I don't think it is. I think it's bad. And here's why. I've always said, too many tournaments are not a good thing. Okay? Competition of tournaments is, okay? Because it weeds out the tournaments that aren't as good. The ones that I don't think should be out there. Like, you want to weed those out. And so the competition of better tournaments to come out of this is better. I don't think having all this footage of fishing is going to make fishing any better. I just don't. I think it becomes diluted. I don't think people know. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how to fix it either. I have zero idea how to fix it. It might not ever get fixed. And this might be what it is. And I don't think they can go back to the old days of having that TV show with the drama of them being able to edit the show, right? To edit the show, to create the drama. It's not a recreation. It's actual how the show went down. It's actually how the tournament went down. We just didn't know the outcome. Right now we know the outcome. But either way, the NPFL went on. They were flipping, doing some stuff. It was, I think, what was it, like 3 guys tied going into the final day. That's pretty cool. Scott ended up winning it. Now we're calling it, I've said it too, because I don't know what else to sell it, like old school fishing, right? And a lot of people like that. I think the NPFL, and I've been hard on all these tournament trails at some point in time or other. Oh, you're wishy-washy on trails, like you'll jump back on the bandwagon. I jump on things when I think they're doing the right thing. I will talk about certain trails when they do really bonehead things. And then I will jump on trails and go, okay, now you're going in the right direction. Like, I want some of these trails to succeed. Y'all have no idea how much I want some of these trails to succeed. The more, name the trail. Name the trail. Bassmaster, NPFL, the Elites, the Opens, Invitationals, all the way from Bass Champs to I Wish Brandon Belt, TTOs, I can go on and on. BFLs, all these. I want them to succeed. Because here's why. The more they succeed, the more they can, for one thing and one thing only, pay out more money. It only helps all of us anglers. All of us. Anyone that wants to compete, in my opinion, I don't care about stupid coverage. I don't care about any of that stuff. I care about one thing, dollar bills. If they succeed more, and they can do everything better, they can pay out better. It's one of the reasons it's the number one reason I don't fish some of these trails. I'm not calling anyone out. I understand. I've had quite a few people, message me and say, hey man, this NPFL thing looks like you would be good at it. Like, why aren't you, and I'm not being mean, but I do write them back. Man, I'd love to fish NPFL. Man, I'm right there. I'll send you my Venmo number. I'll send you whatever you want, my address. You can write me a cashier's check. I think it's $5,200 a tournament. Be more than happy. And they go, oh. I'm like, yeah. Like, someone's got to pay that entry fee. And I don't see a lot of people knocking down the door to give me that much money to go fishing in PFL. No fit. Same thing with BPTs and the invitationals. Same thing with the opens. Like, I don't see a lot of people running to my doorstep to go, man, you look good over there. Here's the check. Write me a check. I'm there. You pay my entry fees for the NPFL. I'm there. I'll go fish all of them. Do I want to? I would. Yes, no, it doesn't really matter to me. I just don't think people are like, they're still just looking at it as like something I want to go do. Yeah. Or not want to go, like something I want to go do or not want to go do. I don't want to go do anything if I'm just giving away money. Now they're like, well, win one. I get you can win one. I get it. But I could win a lot of tournaments. I can go win a Bass Champs this weekend and win $35,000 for a $400 entry fee. You know what I'm saying? For the third, $35,000 compared to $100,000. Okay? I do this all the time, guys. This isn't rocket science. It's a one-day event. I'm not even going to get into all the expenses that I don't have to pay and all these things. A third of the winnings, and let's do the math on 400 compared to 5,200. Do y'all see? A tenth of the entry fee. It's not even a tenth. It's not even a tenth. It's even less than that to go do this. Now, I'm not dogging NPFL. I think it's great. Like, I think it should be, like, I understand why it's that much money. And I want to give, I don't know if it's a shout out, but it was refreshing to hear this. Luke Duncan had a podcast the other day. Brad Fuller was on there, and he was like, and they just made a little clip of it. I didn't watch the whole thing. I just saw the little clip. Brad Fuller was like, you know, the worst part about our tournaments is the payout. I think that's what he said. I'm not saying he said the worst part, but he basically said one of the things he disliked the most was his own payouts. I have zero problem with that. Now, in fact, I love the fact that he said that. A lot of guys, a lot of tournament directors and people that run tournaments try to gloss over that and restructure it and do all these little things trying to hide that fact. He understands it. Perfect. Like that's refreshing to hear someone say that, like, hey man, that's what we're working on. That's our goal. He's got a ton of things that he's trying to fix. Not bad fix, make better. How about the word make better? Trying to get coverage better, trying to get this better, trying to get that better, trying to make the trail better. He understands that money is one of those things to make the trail better. I promise you, and I don't know him very well, but I promise you, he's like, dude, if we could go right now and cut the entry fee in half and still pay out the same, he'd do it in a heartbeat. I do believe some of these trails want to do that. Some of them. Some of them say they want to do it, but aren't trying to actually do it. They're just not. Like, they're content with where they're at. I don't know how long they're going to be content with where they're at, but that's the thing. So it was refreshing to hear him say that when you have these three trails going at it, and you have all this coverage, and I promise you they're all biting at the bit trying to get viewers to watch this and watch that. There's a winner and a loser somewhere in the mix of all that. Okay, now the winner doesn't necessarily mean, someone might look at going, well, Todd, man, the winner of the NPFL won more money than you if you went and won Bash Champs. Well, maybe. At the end of the day, if winning is having more money in your bank account, right? After, say you fished 10 tournaments here and 10 tournaments there, and you looked at the end of the year money, bank statements, and you won a lot more money over here, but after you take away all the expenses, you know, and you won less money here, but you don't have as many expenses, it's pretty easy to see sometimes who won. In my opinion, the guy that has, if this guy has a lot more money over here at the end of the year, he won. He won more. Now you might go, well, you got a bigger trophy or you got the, okay. If that's your winning, some of us, that's not the winning. The winning is like a lot of us, a lot of the guys I talk to, like they care more. Like some of us think that the money's more important. I only say this because you hear athletes say this all the time. As fans of sports, of professional sports, we see guys that have $132 million on the table, right? And someone offers them a bigger contract for 167, and they leave our team, and we're disappointed. And we're going, man, he got offered $30 million more, you know, but like, man, where's the loyalty and all that stuff? For us, that's hard to comprehend. It's hard to comprehend 132 million. It's also hard to like, you're like, okay, I'm gonna stay here for the team and be loyal and give up 30 million. You're like, well, Todd, are you doing the same thing? I'm talking about thousands. Like, I'm talking about, like, if you look at the winnings of most professional fishermen, most of them never went over 200,000 in a year, right? Unless it's like one big tournament. But most of them, say like, even if you win a tournament and you fish 9 events, chances are you still didn't eclipse the $200,000 mark. Now, $200,000 is a lot of money. I'm with you on that. But hear me out. That's if you win one. If you don't win one, Be my guest to go on there. If you don't win an event, you can make top 10s for the rest of the year. It's still very hard to make over 100,000. So the purse of winning, which is like your contract to a degree, which would be like a professional basketball's contract. Since they're not winning, you're not winning prize money. You have a contract. The only way fishermen to a degree can like make money, other than these like little side contracts of working and stuff, is the payout. And very rarely do any of these professional fishermen make over $100,000 a year. Not even counting expenses. So the money is important, because without it, how do you go fishing? Some of them can. That's why you can always tell who cares. Because when you watch these other guys, they don't ever care about money. Money's never like the issue, ever. Some of them it is, but a lot of them, they stay quiet on these things. They stay quiet because they don't even know what it's like. They don't know what it's like. They never have. They're just out there, just $5,200. What do you mean $5,200? I'll pay $5,200 entry fee. That's nothing. That's like, now just call up mom or dad, call up, like, they've always had this money. They've never probably worked for it. I'm not saying a lot of them, but some. You can always tell by the ones that stay quiet with the whole deal, or say things that don't make sense. I'm thinking of a couple right now. But either way, when you look at all this, it is pretty interesting to see how the dynamic of fishing is going and where it needs to go. And it's still kind of I don't think it's in a great spot right now. That's where we're at after this weekend. It's about to get to the summertime. Some of these tournaments are starting to wind down. We got championships popping up. It's crazy. We always used to talk about like going in the summertime. We used to have all these tournaments in the summertime, and trails have gotten away from that. We don't have as many tournaments in the summertime. That used to be my favorite time to fish. Springtime, and then when it was real, like dead of the summer hot. I like those two times the best. Those were my two favorite times to go fishing. And man, you look up in June, July, August, there's almost no tournaments anymore. But that's, like I said, that's just where we're at. So, all right, I've got a rod video coming up next, and probably some other things. So get ready. See you guys.